Hey besties, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, this is Beaver with Vaughn, where I keep everything real. And if not, then baby, what you doing? Like, go ahead and subscribe, because for some reason, when y'all subscribe to the channel, like, life get great for y'all. Like, y'all get new cars, y'all edges grow back, your booty get bigger. Like, you don't want these blessings, then baby, what you doing? As you can tell from the title, we gonna have a story time about how this girl tried to fight me while I was pregnant. Big pregnant, like, big pregnant. Let's get right on to it. Okay, so what we gonna name this girl? Little ugly. Let's see, I don't want to be too messy, but what should we name her? Let's name her Dreads, because she did have some dreads. So like, they was just not getting started, but she did have dreads. So let's just name her Dreads. So this happened back in 2023. So if y'all have been following my channel, you already know about my nursing journey and all that. So this happened after I finished nursing school. At the time, I think I took the NCLEX once and I did not pass. So I was like, let me just go back and finish what I got at this university. So I went for my psychology degree. So mind y'all, I had already went to this university like 2-3 years prior as a freshman. So when I graduated high school, I went straight to this university, not listening to like the advice that my mama gave. I just went ahead and went when I shouldn't have done it in the first place. But anyways, you know, me doing me learning, I went there. And y'all, when I went my freshman year, everything was kind of good, like starting off, but kind of not. But for the most part, like, you know, me learning, making new friends just out there, like you making, everybody's pretty much new. Not everybody, but the majority of the kids are new that comes in. So you're not the only new one, or, you know, the one that don't know how college life go. So with that being said, everything was fine when I first went there. So I stayed there about 2 years. And then that's when I left and went to the community college for my nursing degree. So at this point of the story, I went back to school. Mind y'all, the people that I went to school with are gone. They graduated, they gone. So by the time I went, I don't even think I saw anybody that I knew other than like the instructors. That's it. So at this point, I'm already feeling like I'm too old to be in a classroom with these folks. I feel like I don't know nobody. Like at this point, I feel like I'm on a different level in life, because here I am pregnant. I'm going to get my bachelor's degree. So I'm basically here with a purpose. I had already crossed. I had already did all these things. So I'm like, it ain't nothing for me to do, like being involved around campus, because I just feel like my time came and left, so let them have it. So that's pretty much what I did. I went to school, I did my work, and I drove home. And mind y'all, I was driving like an hour, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like there and back. Our classes are in psychology, like we had the same teacher for different classes, and pretty much the same people were in those classes. I only had like 2 classes to do, so I was just there for those 2 classes, and I went home. So y'all, I kept notes on this. I had to go back and find it, but I kept my notes and I kept a paper trail. But before I even get started with that, let me tell y'all. So everything was going good that first semester. Like, even though I really didn't like the class, and it wasn't that I didn't like the class, I just didn't like the work of the class, because what we was doing, I think we was working in Excel, and that was just like some formulas that I never understood to this day. Like, and to be honest with y'all, I don't even use those formulas, so I really don't know why we was doing it. But everything was fine with those classes. So I believe this happened towards the end of that first semester in class. So everything's going good up until this point, to where we have a group project. Y'all, I never do good with no group projects. Like, please do not put me in no group projects, because I feel like I'm the one that does all the work and then everybody else get the credit. I hate that. Like, group projects, it never works out with me. But I'm at the point of life to where I don't want to do all the work, so I'm okay with shutting up and just letting things happen. But at the same time, I'm not going to put myself in a position to speak on something in a group project that I know nothing about. So I think we had to do like a group project. We was in there with like a group of 3 people, and we had to come up with like a topic to talk about to the class. What I wanted to do, I wanted to give the class 2 options. What Miss Dreads wanted to do was give the class multiple options, like 3 or more options. And that was just going to get too confusing for all of us to keep up with. So the option that I wanted to talk about was, would you rather choose flowers or money? And the flower that I had, I think it was like a little fake rose flower, or $1. And some people took the money and some people took the flower, and there was a reason why they chose that. And that's what I wanted to do. that's what we end up doing. But let me get to that. Reds wanted to talk about like a political aspect, and I just feel like that's already a no-go. Like, let's not do all this political stuff. We in school. We not about to get into that because that will become an argument in the classroom. And yeah, it's already petty that this girl is trying to fight me over a school assignment like that. How weak is that? That's just dumb. But let me get into what the argument was about, because I was advised to keep a paper trail on her, and I did. And still have the note in my phone of the paper trail. So anyways, this happened on September 29, 2022. I said same day writing. So this happened on this day. So let me just read it and then maybe I can break it down. So the class was Learning and Cognition, 9 o'clock a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. I hate Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. But anyways, so there was another girl in class, and let's just call her Diva because she is a diva. So we had Diva, Dreads, and me. So that's what I said. So after class in the lobby to discuss our group project, I gave a suggestion to Dreads. Dreads gave her suggestion, and I was open to any ideas. So I, whatever y'all want to do, okay, cool. So I stated it's whatever y'all want to do, pretty much like I just said. So I also mentioned how we should only give the class 2 options. That's it. Keep it simple. We ain't trying to overwork for this group project. So Dreads disagreed and talked about that I had an option to be in this group or not. Baby, you asked us to be... Okay. Dreads asked if she could be, tag along, because Dreads did not have a group to be in, which now I know why. So, cool. We wanted to do the group. And I mentioned that I wanted to talk about the money or the flower, like giving them 2 options, and then we're going to break down the psychology of why they chose what. So she didn't like that. Dreads did not like that. She's not about to be no political, baby. This is a psychology class. Keep it short and simple. So she didn't like that. So Dreads wanted to be like, nah, this is your fault that you chose to be in this class. What are you talking about? What is you talking about? Anyways, and I was not about to go back and forth with nobody over no group project. Baby, we grown. At least I thought we were grown. We're not about to do this. I'm about to have a whole baby. I'm just here to get what I need to get, and I'm gone. We're not about to argue about no group project. So in my mind, I'm thinking like this is the girl need to go sit down somewhere. So I got my stuff. I'm like, I'm not about to argue with you. Like, I'm pregnant. I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to stress myself out. So I'm like, I start packing my stuff up, and y'all Diva was over there with her mouth open, like she didn't know what to do. So anyways, here come Dreads. Nobody care you pregnant. Ain't nobody's fault. I wasn't saying it was y'all fault. I'm just saying I'm not about to put this extra stress on myself because you want to argue and do what you want to do. Much after that had happened, down to the first floor or something, I was basically trying to let the instructor know, like, this not gonna work. I need another group. So when I went to the class, she was not there, or I went to the wrong office or something, but she wasn't there. So I just, decided that I was just gonna say something to her the next day. So y'all, I'm the type of person, like, I don't let stuff bother me for too long, especially if I'm very dismissive of the situation. Like, it's not that big deal to me. I go home and I forget about it. That happened. Just say that happened on a Monday. So I mentioned the class is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So that means if that happened on a Monday, we skip Tuesday and then here's Wednesday. By that time, I forgot what had happened. So Wednesday gets here. I come to the university. I told you I drive an hour, all that. And I park my car, and I noticed like the normal entryway that I normally go to was blocked off because I think they was doing like constructions outside the door. So I went another route to get in the building. So y'all know, like, it's bright outside, and when you get into a dark building, your eyes have to adjust. So I'm walking, in the building, and I get to the elevator, but you have to get in the building and wait for your eyes to adjust. And that's what it was like. My eyes had to adjust. Everything was going slow, and I was trying to get upstairs. So the elevator that we was waiting at was very slow. So I'm like, let me go to the other side and go to that elevator. So by the time I said that, I had noticed that was the girl, because I told you my eyes was adjusting, and that there was a time for her to just like rah at me. Girl, I guess she thought that I was intimidated by her, and she had one up on me like, yeah, I made you leave this elevator. Wait. Girl, go sit down. Like, bye. Anyways, y'all, here this girl go. I'm walking, and I got all the way to the other end of the hall, and she's like, yeah, that's right, bitch. That's right, bitch. I beat your motherfucking ass. This and the third. And y'all, I'm pregnant, so you threaten me. That's not gonna slide with me. Like, you're not about to come and attack me while I'm pregnant with this child. Like, and I'm big pregnant. Like, I'm tired walking up the stairs. and you felt the need to threaten me over a group assignment? You crazy. Anyway, she did all that, y'all. So I didn't take that lightly. I had called my mama. I'm like, this girl just threatened me. Like, I called my boyfriend. Like, we was making some phone calls. In the meantime, my mama, she was like, go and go get the instructor, because if something happened, like, no. So I had told the instructor of that class, it was a different class, but I had told him what she just did. He called the campus police. And I didn't think that they was going to move that fast, but baby, they was on it. So anyways, we get to class, y'all. The girl sitting in class like nothing happened. Okay. So anyways, I kid y'all not, we wasn't in class for like 3 minutes before the campus police came. And they came, they got me, and they got her. And it was just very awkward. Anyways, it was like a female cop or female's campus police. She kind of reminded me like she was a stud, but we can call her stud. But anyways, she came and got both of us and took us to the police department. Why did they put me and the girl in the elevator together? I don't know. But anyways, it was me. I was on one side. It was the cop, the campus police. Then it was Dreads. So Dreads in there trying to explain herself. Y'all, I was quiet the whole time. I was just listening. She was over here like, I'm sick of her playing with me. Every time she got something to say, she ain't picking on me in class. And then when I see her outside, she want to run. She was talking just like that. And I was just like, without me saying nothing, you're really telling off on yourself the way you acting right now. That's just what I was thinking. So anyways, I don't know why they thought both of us was going to get in the police car together. No, ma'am. I would drive over there. I would see y'all when I get over there. So she rode with the cop over there, and I drove. And by the time I made it over there, she, told them her story, because when I was there, they did not listen to her. She was already in another room, so I'm just assuming they already got her story. So when I got there, I was telling the cop what's going on, because he asked me. I guess he was like the supervisor or something over the campus police department. But anyways, at this point, y'all, my mama had called the police campus department. She had called the campus police. She had called the president, like the dean board or whatever. She called them. And y'all, my mama be on it. I kid y'all not. If I ever go missing, something ever happened to me, my mama gonna find me. Like, I know she is. I ain't got nothing to worry about. But anyway, so by the time all that happened, I got over there, they put me, I was sitting on the couch, and it was probably about like 4 or 5 campus police asking what was going on. So I told them, and he was like, get to the point. I'm like, nigga, that is the point. Like, that is the point. She did all this over a school assignment, like a project, a group project. So anyways, they put me in a room, and I had to write everything that I told them on paper. Like, what was the point of me telling y'all in the first place? I could have did that at the end class. But anyways, I guess that's why I got the paper trail. I did all that, and it separated in the rooms. And when we got done, he was like, he believed me. He'll get it taken care of. He promised I ain't got nothing to worry about. He was asking, about the baby, this and that, third. Cool. I leave out the room, and it's another student up there. We can call him lazy, because he was very lazy. He thought that he can talk a good game so somebody can do some work for him. No. Anyways, lazy was in there, and he was like, she did that to you too? And I'm like, what you talking about? And I was like, no, I'm in here because she threatened me. And I'm like, what you in here for? And he was like, she slashed my tires. So I'm learning like all of this at the same time. Like, both, you got 2 people in here because this one person did what? She is a problem. So, coming to find out, she slashed his tires. He disagreed with her because in another psychology class, they had a group assignment. So she decided to go and slash his tires. So the way that it's set up, like you have your campus and then you have like houses or apartments across the streets or just buildings across the street. And this building is considered off campus, even though it's literally right there. But behind this building, like, whenever campus is full, you can park right there to get to class. So that building is kind of like a chapel or like a church, but I never see people go in it. But anyways, we park our cars back there. I know I did when I first went to school that first semester when I was a freshman. I used to park my car back there all the time, but there's no cameras. So, you park your car there, and that's where the guy parked, and that's where the Dreads, that's what Dreads was parking at too. She took it upon herself to leave class a little bit early before he got out and slashed his tires. So He didn't think nothing of it when he went out there. He just saw that his tires was on flat. She did 2 tires on like the side that you couldn't see from the road. And he didn't think nothing of it. So he said that he went to go to, you know, get some new tires. Cool, you know, tires flat. So the next day, Dred saw that he got some more tires. So she took it upon herself to go slice them again. Again, y'all. I'm telling y'all something is wrong with Dred. So he took it back to the same place. He's like, y'all, these were some bad tires. And he was like, no, like, those some brand new tires. He's like, somebody sliced those. So when he showed him the thing, somebody sliced them. So he put 2 and 2 together, and it was Dred's. So while I'm in there telling campus police what happened to me, he in there because they called him there because it's the same person. And y'all, the whole time we was in there talking about her, she was in the other room listening to this. Like, this is just weird. So she had to pay him like $700 to reimburse him for his tires. They never told me what happened to her, like what they did. When I saw the campus police, he was like, she was taken care of. He was like, we can't give you all the information, but just know that she was taken care of. And I don't understand how, because I kept seeing her in class, so what was taken care of? But y'all, she never said anything else to me after that. Like, after all that happened, she never said nothing to me. I ain't say nothing to her. And then eventually, before the semester ended, she disappeared. So I ain't think nothing of it. Come to find out, she must have gotten a hold to the right people, if you know what I mean. And she was gone. She was no longer on campus. So by the end of that next semester, I had a class online, and y'all, why I see Dred's name in the group discussion? Like, you know how when you in class and you have to talk about a topic, then you have to reply to the other classmates. Why is Dred's name on here? Why y'all can't get rid of this girl? Like, literally, if she doing this on campus to all these folks, why are y'all still letting her take class at y'all university? Because at this point, she's putting a bad name on the school because y'all not doing nothing. I just went home after that was over because I pretty much missed the whole class dealing with this issue. Now, on the way home, it's like a dead area on the road, so I couldn't make any phone calls or anything like that. But anyways, on the way home, I was driving back, and this is like a, you know, 1-lane road. So I was driving back home, and I see Lil Red Rocket. If y'all know, that's my boyfriend car. He was flying back, you know, to school the way that I just came. So I'm just like, Lord, they didn't got him started. So I had to like pull over because we basically saw each other in passing, and we had both turned around, and, you know, so I'm like, I'm good, you know. But my people was ready because Dred's was not about to play with me or my unborn baby. But anyways, that pretty much is what happened, and how this girl tried to threaten me and fight me in class over a group assignment. Like, girl, you is crazy. She's slicing tires and threatening pregnant women. Just let her go. Long story short, I did not see Dred's no more. I graduated, and I'm out that situation. Y'all, that's the end of it. If y'all want to hear more story times about the crazy stuff that happened in my life, I promise you I got some stories to tell. But anyways, if y'all want y'all booty big, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.